Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card is what is your next blessing. So we're going to be taking a look at the next blessing and present that the universe has for you on the current timeline that you are on and moving forward. So we have 3 piles and I normally choose crystals, and Spirit took me somewhere else. Spirit decided to have me look around my room and use objects instead of just crystals for this pile, for this pick a card. So that's what I've done. So pile number 1, we have the yellow phantom quartz crystal. For pile number 2, Spirit was adamant on using this little ornament. It's a little black cat with a witch's hat. So we have that for pile number 2. And pile number 3, as you guys know, Spirit loves to send me Ariana songs whenever we're talking about, like love or beauty or just anything in regards to like feminine energies. I find she comes through. And as I was thinking, what should I do for pile number 3? I kept hearing God is a woman, and I have that perfume, so I thought I would use the perfume as pile number 3. So that's what we have here. God is a woman perfume. So see which crystal object you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as always, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So today we are taking a look at what your next blessing is that's coming in for you. You guys chose the yellow phantom quartz, so I'm going to pop that up here and we are going to get straight into the reading. So I'm going to start with tarot as always, and then we are going to use the oracle cards. So spirit guides, tap me into the collective of pile number 1, please. Tap me into the collective of pile number 1. I'm hearing Jordan Sparks, One Step at a Time. There's almost a feeling of you guys like right now as I tap into your energy feeling overwhelmed, like I need to get this done, I need to get this done, I want this project to get off the ground but I don't have the time to deal with it yet, or I need to focus on this but haven't got any energy because I've been processing heavy emotions. Like I feel some like loads of tabs on in somebody's brain going, I need to do this, I need to do all of these things, and then it's like getting worked up and overwhelmed. And Spirit's saying, like the song One Step at a Time, this isn't correlating to like your next blessing, but they're just letting me pass this message on to you. If you've come into this reading feeling frustrated or worrying about something, Spirit's saying what's for you is always going to be for you, one step at a time. Make sure that you are focusing on one thing, give your energy to that, and then move forward. When you feel like you have more energy to bring something in, then do that. That's what I'm being told. Because there's something about like I have a plate and there's a lot of things on my plate, and then things are falling off, and then it's getting too heavy, and then it's dropping to the floor. And Spirit's saying evaluate what needs your most focus right now, focus on that, and move towards it one step at a time. You don't have to do everything at once, and what's for you is always going to be for you, is the message. So I wanted to get that out before I began, whoever needed that, that needed to come through. So pile number 1, please, spirit guides, what is pile number 1's next blessing? What is pile number 1's next blessing? You've been on a journey of losing yourself to find yourself. Your next blessing is finding yourself. I do feel other things are going to come through, which I will talk about, but they're almost referencing this energy of like getting lost in wonderland, but then finding yourself. You know, when you watch like any sort of movie and like the main character will go on this journey where they were like one person at the beginning and a different person at the end. The movie that's coming to mind is Spirited Away, when Chihiro, she is a really scared and scarce little girl, and she's scared when she enters the spirit world, but in the end she becomes the hero and like saves her parents, and she's really strong and confident at the end. There's a feeling like that about you, but you're reaching that moment where like you earn your stripes, and it's like you come out and you have all of that wisdom and knowledge, and it's like you bounce back even better, like tenfold. There's a feeling of that. So whatever you felt like you've lost, and I feel like when I try to go into specifics, Spirit is saying you'll know what that is. Before I even try to be like, what is it? What have they lost? Spirit's like, they know. So whatever it is you're feeling like you've lost, whether it's you've been on your own for some time, you don't think you're going to find people that resonate with you, you've been purging a lot, maybe you feel like you've lost your light, or you're not as big-hearted as you once were, or you've been dealing with insecurities or whatever, and you've been working through them and doing the shadow work necessary. There's this energy of that thing that you're missing. It's not missing, it's transmuting, because it's coming back tenfold. Because what you feel like you may be missing, that's actually a gift or something that you're supposed to have in this lifetime. It's coming back tenfold. It's like when we break something, we can put that back together but make it even better. Do you understand what I mean? When something goes missing, it's because something else is supposed to be found that's even better from us. The universe doesn't take away to just leave us with empty arms. It may feel like that for a while and you're like, oh, well, thanks, universe, this is fun. But it's always replaced with something better. So whatever it is you've lost, whatever it is that was taken away, whether it was like your happiness, whatever the case, it's coming back tenfold. And that's a strong message I have to relay before I even lay the cards. Something's really coming back. And it's kind of like this phoenix from the ashes kind of energy that I'm picking up. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides, pile number 1. What is pile number 1's next blessing? Page of Cups. You guys, some of you guys, and this isn't going to be for all of you, but some of you guys have been single for some time. If not, you just maybe have found like you've walked the road alone for some time because maybe people didn't resonate with you. Maybe you just had to isolate because you needed to get some shit together, or you needed to, you needed to work on wounds, and maybe certain people left, certain people walked away, or maybe certain people fell away. Whatever the case, I'm being told this phase that you're entering in your life, in regards to like the physical world, like I feel like you've almost been in a celestial place for a while, like almost feeling like not in the body. This next phase you're walking into, you're going to be more in the physical. You're going to be more in the physical realm, because I see a lot of people enter in your life, or a lot of love enter in your life, whether that's a romantic connection or friendships. Whatever it is that resonates for you, you'll know if you're ready for something or not. So don't try to push it if it doesn't feel right for you. But I'm just feeling this is a time where you're walking into it. People are going to resonate with you. And because you've done that work, because you've done that inner work, it's like they're no longer like maybe people from your past that may have took advantage, or people didn't see, or like whatever the case that was from the past, that is no longer your story in the future, because that book has been closed, it's been put down. You're on a new book with a new pen. So what's coming in is new connections, new relationships, new friendships. That's coming in this phase. People that love and rejoice in your energy and are in your life, not just because they need you, but because they want to be in your life. Because I'm hearing you've dealt with people that have just been around you maybe because they enjoyed your light and they kind of needed you. You know what I mean? And it's fine. We need people at times. But I almost feel like a lot of your connections from the past were built that way and you didn't even realize it. You may have, given a lot to people so they took. Your next relationships and friendships coming in, they're coming into your life because they're like, wow, this person's amazeballs. Like, this person's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I really enjoy this person's energy, this person's company, and I really ride for this person, because you're naturally a ride or die, and I feel like you're going to be meeting ride or dies throughout this year. It feels this, I don't know why, I just feel very like excited in regards to the physical. Like, there's a lot that's going to go on, because it's been pretty silent physically. It hasn't been silent spiritually, I can see that. It has not been silent emotionally or mentally at all. But physically, it's been pretty silent. And it's about to ramp up for you. That's what I'm being told. Pile, and with the Page of Cups, I'm being told expect the unexpected. Pile number 1. They're almost showing me, like movies, and like you have like the sequel. And the sequel is like bigger and better than the first, and it's like expect the unexpected. You know that voice whenever like movie trailers come on, it's that guy and he's got that really cool voice. I'm just feeling like that, like a trailer for like where you're stepping towards, like expect the unexpected. That's just what I'm being shown, which is making me laugh. I feel like something's about to ramp up in your life over the next 6 months, I'm being told. Pile number 1, a lot of twists and turns coming up for you, in a good way. Pal, I just heard your spirit guides say enough pain. You know what I mean? Like enough. I literally heard them say that, enough pain. Because when I said twists and turns, I felt someone's energy, like the hack, or like, oh no. But it's not what you think. It's like, no, enough pain. It's not in pain. It's good. It's fun. It's keeping you on your feet, Pile Pile number one. What is pile number one's next blessing? The Emperor. The Queen of Pentacles. One more card, please, Spirit Guides. One more card. What is pile number one's next blessing? What is pile number one's next blessing? Oh, what have we got here? 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Okay, and we have the 10 of Swords at the back of the deck. This is what you've been dealing with. You've been cutting off parts of you that didn't serve you anymore, that were holding you back onto old timelines. When we are shifting to a new timeline, when we are moving forwards to a new timeline, when we are ascending, we cannot reach that point if we have anchors stuck at our feet, holding us and gridding us in to our old timeline. And how we reach that other timeline is we swim down to where that anchor is and we untie it. You've been doing that. That's over. And I'm being told, don't keep trying to go around in circles and reconnect. If you feel like there is still something to purge, by all means, listen to your intuition and allow that to purge. But there is an energy coming through of, don't get caught in a healing trap. Us human beings, we're always healing, we're always shifting. We're never going to be these perfect human beings, right? And you've done so much work, like so much work. You feel so peaceful tapping into your energy, so peaceful. And I'm being told, like, don't keep looking back to the past and thinking, oh, what about this, what about that? Because there's this feeling of newness coming in. And I'm being told for you to now just enjoy where you're at right now, appreciate where you're at right now, and allow the dust to settle so that you can move forward. Because with this 10 of Swords, you've been rebirthing, you've done that. This isn't something that's coming up ahead. You've done that. It's over. That is a past phase. You are cycling out of that phase. You've done that. That hard part of that cycle, you've passed through. And like, I feel like you're very aware we move in cycles. And just like the trees, the leaves fall and then the buds reappear, right? And you're aware of this. And I feel like for a while you've been like, when is this phase going to end for me? When is this phase going to end for me? And I'm here to deliver the message. That phase is over. Allow yourself to sleep, chill, dream up where you're about to go, because you are now entering that new beginning phase of your life where new possibilities come in. You learn more parts of yourself so that you're able to align with what it is you truly want. Because I was writing about this on Twitter the other day. With this 10 of Swords, when we purge and we let go of the negative and everything that we once were and everything that was holding us back, parts of us die with that. And there's a period where we're kind of mourning those parts that kind of died with it. And there's it's kind of like a growing pain feeling. There's a bit of grief. And then we kind of get stuck in that confused phase. And I've been in this phase. I've literally been in that phase for about 4 months. But you stay in that phase for as long as you need to feel it. And it's this energy of, who am I now? What do I like? What don't I like? What do I enjoy? What lights me up? Because everything that made you happy, made you excited, all of these things, they've shifted now. And they've purged away with this 10 of Swords. And you're like, well, what is it? What lights me up now? And I really do feel this kind of like quest that I see you moving towards, like this kind of like quest of life. Like, what do I like now? And Spirit's saying, do not look at that as a negative. Because now you have letting go of these 10 of Swords, you now have the paintbrush in your hand. You can now create this chapter. What do you want? What do you want? Where do you want to go now? What timeline do you want to fit on? Because you will find now, stepping onto that, all of these things that were holding you back, they're no longer there. And you're going to manifest a lot more rapidly and a lot quicker. And it's telling you to use the law of assumption to just align yourself with whatever it is that you want to. And I'm being told to get out there and do things that bring you joy, or try different hobbies. Even if one of them doesn't make you feel good, at least you tried it and knew it wasn't for you. You're getting to know yourself again. And in this process of getting to know yourself again, I'm being told something's coming in. And they're not telling me what still, but something's coming in that you thought you lost. It's coming back tenfold. And I see you guys moving forward with a lot more zest for life, finding a reconnection, not just to your own life, but to Mother Gaia in general, the people around you. I see you feeling that kind of zest of life and that happiness and that peace. And I feel like you being in that vibration, I feel it's drawing in a lot of people in. Friendships, relationships that align with you, people that align with you, people that resonate with you. And Spirit's saying, enjoy this time. because there's this new beginning slate. There's this new wave you're on now. And I'm being told for you to just allow the waves to take you where you need to go. Follow your heart. Give yourself time. And embrace where you're at right now. And look at that. You did that. You let go of that. And Spirit said to rejoice in that. Because what we're reaching here with this Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, I see a lot of things coming in the physical. Things that you were deprived of before, but now they're coming in. Maybe you were someone that was always single. Maybe you were plagued by things that happened in childhood, so relationships never turned out the way that you wanted them to. Or you were always a single one, everyone else was in a relationship, and it was just like, well, why is it never me? Why have I got to, you know what I mean, hope and wish for that, but then it's never coming in? This is the time period where those things you were deprived of are coming in. Why is that person always happy? I see this person on my commute to work. I see this person and they're happy all the time. They're blissfully happy. How have they reached that? I don't feel like that. That's coming in. There's something about something you were deprived of. Something that you felt maybe you felt less than because other people might have had. That's coming back to you tenfold, and that is a blessing. That's saying that you'll know what that is, whether it was maybe you were raised in poverty, now you're having a windfall of money. Maybe you were someone that was always single, always having to spend time on your own. Now that relationship's coming in. Maybe you didn't find friendships that were very good for you and you prefer to go it like a lone wolf. You're finding people that resonate with your energy and that are true and genuine to you. That's what I'm being told for you. Something you didn't have is coming back tenfold, and it was worth the wait. And that's a blessing coming in for you. And there's nothing that you have to do. Just nurture you right now. Embrace where you're at right now. Embrace what you've grown through. And open up to the possibilities of what can come in. Because there's almost this energy of like, it can go either way because the paintbrush is in your hand. What do you want? What is it that you want? If you envisioned your perfect life right now, what is it? Because you'll find it rapidly manifesting in if you write that down on a piece of paper and apply yourself to that. Because you've let go of everything that was holding you back. And there's something that you've wanted. They keep referencing it to me over and over and over again. Like there's something that you wanted. You never had it. It's coming in. That can be anything. Apply it to whatever intuitively feels right for you. That's the blessing. Something that's going to bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment with this Nine of Cups. But with the Queen of Pentacles here, it's something like in the physical it feels. It feels like something in the physical. And it's something that you brought to yourself. It's something that you brought to yourself by going through this rebirth. And I feel like you've been in this Emperor energy for a while. You know what I mean? Cutting out the weeds, cutting out the BS, looking at everything very practical, discerning. You've been in that energy as you've been weeding out what didn't suit right for you so that you knew what it is that you wanted. And there's an energy of getting to grips with what it is that you want, or at least maybe like journaling and writing like, who am I? You know what I mean? What is my aesthetic? What clothes do I like to wear? What makes me happy? What are my hobbies? Writing little lists down and getting to know you, asking yourself that in contemplation. What do I like? If I could have my dream life right now, what would that be? Asking yourself these things because you have that paintbrush in your hand and you can bring them in now. And again, with the Queen of Pentacles, your dedication to self has brought you into this. I keep hearing like you've earned your stripes. You've earned your stripes. You've earned them, you know? But there's something emotionally fulfilling coming in that you were deprived of. I have to keep saying it over and over because they keep like highlighting it over and over to make it very clear. So you know, you're aware of what that is. Maybe it was something you tried manifesting in, and you going through that shadow work and you going through that inner work, that's what brought it in for you, because it was like those things were holding you back from getting it. So now you've let go of them. Now it can come in. Now there's space for it to come in because you've purged everything that was holding you back. You know what I mean? So it could have been something that you manifested a while ago. But for a lot of you, it's something you've always been like, well, why haven't I got that then? Why does everyone else get that? It feels like that, pile one. Pile number one, please, Spirit Guides. Let's pull the Oracle cards. Pile number one, please, Spirit Guides. What is pile number one's next blessing? What is pile number one's next blessing? Guys, I can't even make this up. I actually can't even make this up. Look at the card. Look at the card we have. New life. I can't even make this up. You literally have new life. You've made it. There's this feeling of like you've made it. You've done that. You did this. Look where you're at. The possibilities are endless. Like that's what I'm being told. And with the 9 and the 3 adding up to 12, and then 2 and 1 adding up to 3, that's Jupiter energy. That's expansion. That's luck. You know what I mean? That's what I'm being told. There's expansions in different areas of your life, but it's something's being delivered back to you. It looked like a loss, but it's a win now. You thought you lost it, or you thought it was never going to be yours, and it's coming in for you. I do feel for a lot of you, it's either like job opportunity or money. It's like a mixed bag. It's either job opportunity or money, or it's like love or a really genuine connection with like peers and you know, friendships and stuff, or it's literally both. Let's pull more cards. I love how that came out though. New life. I was feeling it. It feels like this new beginning energy. I feel it in your energy. It's like, you know, when you tap into someone after they've done a lot of work and it's just like they're in that stage of like the storm settled and everything's calm. It feels like that. It really does feel like that. Pile number... I'm going to be doing a channeled song as well, pile number 1. So remember, if you want to listen to that song, I'll have it linked in the description box. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1. What is pile number 1's next blessing? Oh, we had 2 cards come out. We literally have breathe. We literally have that here. And it was followed by between worlds. So what I'm being told with breathe and between worlds is you may be feeling a little bit stagnant right now, just in the sense of like, who am I? What are my morals now? What makes me happy? Like, you're in that kind of contemplative state, and I feel like you may be looking at it in the sense of like, oh, I'm lost, I'm stuck, I'm lost. No, something's cooking, and you're being called to contemplate right now where you want to go, where you want to help me put this in a word, spirit. There's right now they're almost referencing you being like a pod, you being in an egg, you focusing on that stillness of your energy right now, allowing all of that energy to come back to you, allowing yourself a breather, because I'm being told this last cycle was heavy. You've done a lot. Allow all your energy to call back to you. There's something about doing a meditation where you're calling your energy back, because you have been purging, or you have been shifting, changing. There's been a lot going on in your internal world. So before you step forward, Spirit saying, call your energy back. Call it all back. Breathe. Process. You know, allow yourself to process. Okay, I did all of that. That's great. Where do I go now? Allow that so you can get back into that state of imagination. You know what I mean? Back into that state of looking at things like a child and being like, okay, going into dream world, what are my fantasies? What is it that I'd like to bring in? Because when we manifest something in the physical, it starts with a thought. It starts up here. So there's this energy of getting back into that play sense so that you know where to go next, and really filtering your new energy and getting to know you in that state, while you bring that energy back to you. And with between worlds, I love how we have 3 up here as well, which is again expansion, you know, Jupiter energy. With between worlds, can you see how it was like black and white here, and then it's all colorful on the right? That's the transition. And you see how the swan isn't walking that way, the swan is walking that way. Do you understand what I mean? And you see the little bird there guiding? You're moving into this new phase now, where there's a lot to come in. And they're saying to, like, even if you're not aware of how these cycles work, look back to a time where things were just really new for you. Do you remember what happened when, like, you were moving into a time in your life when new things were coming in, and the new connections you made with people, the new friendships, and they came out of nowhere, didn't they? Because you may be thinking, how am I going to meet new people? Like, I literally haven't left the house, or I haven't been doing this and that. How am I going to meet these people? The universe finds a way. Because you remember when other friendships or connections came in before, whether they were karmic or not. Do you remember how they came in? At one point, you didn't even know who they were. They came in just like magic, like that, because they were supposed to be on your path for that time period, and now newness is coming in again. This is a new phase for you, a new chapter. And at the back of the deck, we have higher power, and I'm hearing the, what's the song? Higher Love, the Whitney Houston song. You know, the like remix, and that it was like a dancey song. I'm hearing that with higher power. You're leading your way. Look at the key here. Is that a key? Yeah, it's literally a key on the third eye. Even like aligning yourself with this timeline. You did that through your intuition. You did that through your own heart. You did that through connecting to spirit and kind of like allowing your heart to kind of lead that way and allowing your intuition to lead that way. You walk through that rebirth to come out onto this timeline. You've been guiding yourself the whole time. The whole time. You may have physically not known what you were doing, but spiritually you were very aware, and that's what kept kind of like guiding you, you know? So yeah, pile number 1, that's what I have for you. Let me get that nice and tidy. I don't know why, because we're at the end of the reading, but you know what I'm like. All right, we'll just do that. Yeah, so pile number 1, that's what I had for you. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be taking a look at what your next blessing is going to be. You guys chose the little black witchy card. I'm going to put that in the corner for you guys. We'll sit her up here to watch over the reading. And yeah, we'll get straight in. I'm going to start with tarot, and then we are going to move in with the oracle cards. Okay, so pile number 2. Tap me into the collective of pile number 2. I'm being shown dolphins. Somebody here either really likes dolphins, spirit animal, maybe a dolphin, maybe a Magha and Starseed. You may just have a lot of like dolphin ornaments around. Yeah, I'm literally being shown like a dolphin ornament, so you may have them around. But that's something that came through as I tapped into your energy. So pile number 2. Pile number 2. What is pile number 2's next blessing, please? Spirit guides, tap me into the collective of pile number 2. Somebody here has like really, really curly hair. I don't know why I'm getting like remote viewing as I'm like tapping into your collective, and I never usually get that. But it's almost as if your higher selves are like around me, circling me, and then I'm literally seeing faces. And like I just zoomed in on someone that just had like really big curly hair, and like that's how it feels. Like your higher selves are really in close. It does feel that way. Yeah, literally that's how it feels. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. What is pile number 2's next blessing? What is pile number 2's next blessing? I also want to say you have a lot of people around you in spirit. Like, you have a very strong spirit team. A spirit team that's like very close by at the moment. I don't know whether shifts that are going on right now in your life are upcoming. Spirit are very much watching carefully. It may be a very poignant time, or it could just be that you've been, you know, meditating with them this morning and called them around you, but they're very close to you right now. Because as I'm feeling this collective of you all around me, and I'm literally feeling it like there's a circle all around me. There's just this immense energy of like spirit guides all around me too. I've never had it that strong before. It's pretty wild, but I can really feel it. So pile number 2, we have the sun. I'm hearing you're stepping into your own and activating your power, pile number 2, where you're at right now. Stepping into your own, activating your power, removing anything that doesn't make you feel good, doesn't make you feel confident, doesn't add value to you, and doing it unapologetically, because you're learning that you deserve happiness. You deserve to have boundaries and say no when you want to. You deserve to have people that, you know, why was that so dark? I don't know why I didn't have my lamp on so bright. You're learning. I love that it was dark and I've turned it light for you guys. Literally, there's like a brightness emitting from you. Stepping into your power. This is me, I'm gonna shine. Like, there's a feeling of that. An expansion in the solar plexus. Tapping into your goddess energy. Expansion in the solar, not solar plexus, sacral chakra. Like, a lot of that. Owning who you are, owning your body, owning the words that you say. There's a feeling of that coming through. I literally just shared someone say, I said what I said. I just shared that. So pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2. I almost feel with a lot of this pile, I've spoken to you, whether it's through email, DM, or even if I just know you in person, hello. But there's like a feeling of that. Or even if not, it's like there's a connection, like as if like I've known you in a past life, or your soul knows my soul. We've spoken and we've talked a lot in the comment. There's a feeling of that, or maybe on Instagram, Twitter, whatever the case. I feel like familiar energy, and I feel like that's why it's coming in so close. That's what I'm being told. It feels like that. There's a familiarity here that I feel. Pile number 2, or maybe you've just been with me from day 1, so I know your energy when I'm tapping quite well. You may find that I say the same things to you in different readings because I remember your energy. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile. Oh my god, look at all these cards that dropped. Are we using all these? I'm not going to use them, but I want to point out that literally the Strength card did pop out right on the top. So, strong activation of power coming in. Pile number 2. What is pile number 2's next blessing? There's confidence levels going up here. Pile number 2's next blessing. We have the 3 of Swords. You turned your pain into power, and you understand the weight of how you can alchemize, and you're learning that when people are being mean to you, trying to take you out of your energy, and you've had people do that to you, pal, too, you're learning that when people do that, so now you're going about your life, you're shining like the sun, somebody says something mean to you, you see that now from this higher power as an energy grab. You're saying that because you're trying to take me off my pedestal, or you're saying that because you're trying to pull on my energy, because people like that do that. Bullies tend to do that. It's like, I want some of your energy, so let me say something mean to you. So while you mope about and feel sad, I'm going to pull on it. It makes me feel powerful. It's like, I see that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the, you know, all of that you're chucking at me, and it's like, okay, I'm going to use that to manifest it into like a strength for me. It's like, I can see that, and I'm sorry that this effect of me just being me has made you feel that type of way, but I'm not going to let it get to me. Instead, I know you want me to fall on the floor and fall off my pedestal, but instead I'm going to jump up, and I'm going to use that to alchemize, to make me even more confident. There's a feeling of that, and it's 2:11 on the clock if you've been seeing 11 a lot. Or 22 a lot, because obviously 1 adds up to 2, so it would have been 22. So, you know, math class with Lexi, what's what I'm seeing there. So yeah, you're really realizing your power, and you've alchemized a lot of your pains and your hurts into power, and you're realizing how powerful you are. I feel like in the past you would have been going through things, and it's like, why me? Why am I going through this? Why is this happening to me? Like, why? And it's like, I don't feel confident because of that. People have made me feel this type of way, but it's like, actually, this happened, and look how confident I am now. Look at the wisdom that I have now. Look what I've just made it through. Oh, power, like powerful. There's a feeling of that. Very, very strongly, like you're stepping into it. Pile number 2. I'm amazed at how close your souls feel to me. Like, I literally, like, I'm feeling your higher selves all around me, as if I'm like just doing a reading and you're all sitting around me. Like, that's how it feels. And we have the 3 of Cups at the back of the deck as well. Yeah, you're bossing up, pile number 2. You're stepping into that. I see so much confidence coming back to you, feeling that power again. And with this King of Pentacles, it's like you're in that energy now where you're emanating confidence, you're emanating this happiness, this happy-go-lucky, and people are like almost looking at you like, oh my god, you know what I mean, where's this come from? Like, maybe people have watched you go through this rebirth, so they watched you go through this energy of feeling stagnant, of feeling lost, and it's like you're having that rebirth. I don't know why they're referencing Megan Fox. You know, like, Megan Fox was huge, and then she kind of like went off the radar, and I remember looking at her Instagram, she wasn't really posting much. There wasn't really any noise about Megan Fox for a really long time, and then all of a sudden she got with Machine Gun Kelly. I don't particularly like Machine Gun Kelly, but she got with him, and now her, like, she's that it girl again. Like, she's like kind of like the new Kim K in a way. Like, I've seen a lot of posts about her, especially like on TikTok and stuff. I'm like, where have you popped up from? I thought, you know, you were living a silent life for a while. No, you're like that it girl now. There's a feeling like that about you, like you're popping back up, feeling very confident. And I know it's kind of like a dark film, and I don't reference in a dark way. It's funny that I'm using this comparison because you are a very, very light being. Very, very light being. But they're referencing, you know, the movie that Megan Fox was in, Jennifer's Body. And it's kind of morbid in a way because, yeah, she was she would kind of like take the men that she got with energy, and it would make her very attractive. There's a feeling of that, but not that you're taking energy from men like that. It's just a feeling of like, all these demons and all of these, they were sent to destroy me. All they've done is empower me. All they've done is made me bigger and better, and now I feel very confident. So there's like this an expansion just in your life in general of how you're feeling. You know what I mean? Feeling more attractive in yourself, feeling more confident in yourself, knowing that your words hold weight and speaking them out unapologetically, knowing that other people's perceptions are not your reality, and there's that freedom coming with it, with this Sun card here, which is bringing you happiness. And it's happened through a lot of introspection. It's happened through you literally losing yourself and coming back to yourself. And because the thing about you is you manifest with a healthy solar plexus. You manifest through confidence. You manifest through that. That's, I feel like, a kind of key to your manifestations. And I feel like you feeling that energy, it's drawing a lot of, not just opportunities in, not just a lot of people in, but it's drawing like new connections in. It's like you're magnetizing with that beautiful energy. You're magnetizing a lot of new into your life. I see a lot of happiness. I see a beautiful rebirth. And in regards to the King of Pentacles, it's like you now feeling worthy is bringing in, whether it's finances or something to do with career, because there's a career expansion happening for you. I see an abundance, either financially or through your work or career. With the Three of Cups at the back of the deck as well, it's like having a community, you know, being known and respected for what you say or what you have to say or what you do, having people that genuinely see you and love you. Like, there's a lot of that. I see a big like career expansion for you guys, as well as you just feeling like the Play Me Jason Derulo it girl. Like, that's how it's coming through, whether you're male or female. Like, you're just feeling you got the sauce. It's back, you know, it's come back to you. Maybe in the past you were always quite insecure and you'd look up to people like that, but you never quite felt like that. But the reason you were looking up to people like that was because you had that within you anyway. And I don't know who along the line taught you that you weren't worthy or tried to take that away, because I do feel like you draw in a lot of jealousy or people just trying to project onto you. All it did, them taking that away from you, it had you bounce back even stronger. And it's like, boom, here I am. And there's just this confidence. I feel you living out like main character energy, pal, too. And I feel like that's your next blessing. Something about like romanticizing the life, and they're telling you to start doing that now if you can. I do it quite often, and I'm trying to think of ways, like, if I know I'm going to be starting working out again, I'll go buy new gym clothes. And I'll, like, you know, create the routine. I'll make my playlist, like everything. It has to have its whole scene for it. I don't know why I'm like that, but I have to really set the scene. And there's something about you guys doing that, like romanticize, you know, maybe go on a little bit of a shopping spree if you can, and buy some new clothes, or maybe just like listen to maybe subliminals, or, you know, say affirmations in the mirror when you wake up. Romanticize little things like having breakfast, you know what I mean? Have it look nice and presentable for you. Like, I'm living that life. There's just a feeling of that, like, I did that. You know what I mean? I did that. And feeling confident. And it's not arrogance. It's not any of that. I know people like to say, oh, you're arrogant, cocky. No. This is healthy confidence, because I don't see you walking around saying I'm better than you. I don't see that coming from you at all. You have a very genuine heart. And that's why it's coming back tenfold, because you're not using that confidence in a bad way. You have a genuine heart. And now you're realizing just who you are. And I feel like a lot of people, you're going to find a lot of romantic interest coming in, and people just wanting to either come back into your life, or people that like just want to be your friend just because of the energy you're, you know, emanating out with the Three of Cups at the back of the deck. There will probably be a return, because I just shared return of the Mac, like I just shared that. So there may be a little bit of a return of people from your past, but either way, I just feel like you're going to be inviting a lot of like new energies in, and it's more so people just really seeing you. There's this feeling of I'm really being seen now. Maybe for a while you felt misunderstood. You didn't feel seen. Maybe you dimmed your light, or you hid away. And I'm hearing it's your time to shine, literally. That's what I'm being told for you guys. So let's pull some oracle cards for you. There's something though to do with a business where you're being known. I don't know if you guys have like a business. There's something to do with either social media or like a word of mouth. People really being drawn to you for that, seeing your worthiness in that, and having a lot of respect for you because of that. It's like people's energies are shifting towards you, like, oh my god, like that person's really cool, or what that person's really doing, like I have a lot of respect for that. there's something about that. There's this kind of like main character feeling. I'm not going to keep going on and on, but that's what I'm feeling, like main character. That's how it feels. Pile number 2. And it's funny because it's not even just the case of like you're being the main character and people, it's more so like for you, long time coming, homecoming, like, wow, I really know who I am now. Like, wow, like I'll wear that crown and I won't shake putting it on anymore because I know who I am. That is priceless. I'm being told, like, from your higher self, and even me looking at that, like, that's priceless when you reach that point where you feel confident, you know who you are. That's really, and I see that for you guys. I really see that for you guys. I see this year, whatever time you're watching this reading, being very, a lot of blessings coming in that sense. Feeling very empowered, speaking your mind and feeling, you know, the weight of that and feeling confident with that without second guessing or worrying about somebody projecting what they thought you said and getting triggered. Like, that's going out the window. It's like, I said what I said. If you want to make up a perception, do that. It's fine. But you know what I mean? I'm saying what I said. There's a feeling of that, and you just powerfully shining. There's such, I don't know why I feel so resonative with your energy. Let me know if we've ever spoke or something like that, or maybe like I've visited you in a dream, or you visited me in a dream, like your higher self. Because I get people that say, Lex, you were in my dream, and I'm like, bro, I am in the astrals everywhere. I'm visiting everybody. I'm a busy bee in the astrals, it seems. But I just be appearing in people's dreams. I may have popped up in your dream or something. So let me know, because I feel like we've connected. it feels like that. Pile number... Oh, am I using these 3 cards? Yeah, I'm using these 3 cards. Okay. We have peace. And like the egg here, it's like you're hatching out of that egg. It's like you have that inner peace now. It's like you're no longer being plagued by worries or insecurities. Like, what if they say this? She said, you know what I mean? What if people say this about me? What if people mock me? You don't even care with this peace card. You don't care at all. It's like, I'm doing me. And if you don't like it, then you're just not on my wave. Find another wave. It's fine. There's a feeling of that. We have thinker. I don't know whether there's stars in all of these cards, but there's a lot of stars on these images. We also have poised. And do you love how she's on a pedestal? Kind of like Aphrodite. Yeah. I just feel like you're going to be attracting a lot of attention, and it's not like in a negative way, in the sense of like people just being attracted to you for like little things. It's like you're shining out, you're becoming like an inspiration to others as well. And with the thinker energy, it's like I feel like your thoughts would plague you a lot in the past, and I feel like you're coming into that space of mind where it's like you trust yourself enough to just do. It's 222 on the clock, if you've been seeing 222 a lot. We got that on the clock there. And didn't we just see 211? And I was saying, if you see 22, this could be for you, because obviously like 1 and 1 added up to 2, and then we literally have 222. Something about the number 2 for you guys. And with poised here as well, it's like, it's referencing to me. I don't know if you've ever watched 13 Going on 30, but she worked for this magazine cover. I think it was the magazine cover she worked for, called Poised, and every month they'd have like a celebrity feature or something like that on the cover. It's like, you're the celebrity feature. It feels like that. You know, when like the underdog finally gets their fame, like for me it was like Doja Cat. I used to listen to like her EP over and over again, and she was like very underrated, and she was like the underdog, and that's why I liked her. And then all of a sudden she just blows up and she's huge. Yeah, there's something like that coming in for you. You may even be like singing, dancing, acting, whatever the case, like waiting for like a break. It's coming in, and it's because you're feeling worthy, you're aligning with it. You know that's you now, and you're stepping into that. You're stepping into those shoes. And it's funny, this was at the back of the deck for pile 1, and you've got it as well, and it's higher power, and it's the same message that I had for pile number 1, with the key here on the 3rd eye. You've intuitively brought yourself here. You've guided yourself here. You've manifested this. You've walked with faith and not by sight, and you've intuitively brought yourself here. You always knew inwardly, because you follow the voice of your soul. That's what you do, and that's what's brought you here. Pile number 2, and you're very protected by spirit, especially with the 4 at the back of the deck there, and then we have 4 here as well. Very protected by spirit, very much so. Yeah, there's a lot of accolades coming to you, pile number 2. Wow. So that's what I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope that you enjoyed. The song that I've channeled for you guys is going to be in the description box. So if you want to listen to that, you can. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pals 3, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be taking a look at what is your next blessing. So you guys chose the Ariana God is a Woman perfume. I'm going to pop that up there. Let's get in. If anyone here is looking for a new perfume, or if you're looking for a perfume to buy like a friend or a partner, that is divine. I always buy baby versions, just in case like I don't like it, and then I can just like pass it on, because it would have just been a small version. But I was impressed by that. So if you're looking for a change of perfume, I would recommend that. And Ariana Grande, if you are watching, you know, I'm open to receiving a check for promoting your perfume, you know what I'm saying? Just putting that in there. But let's get into your reading. Pile number 3. Tap me into the collective with pile number 3, please, spirit guides. There's gifts breaking for you spiritually. I don't know if that's going to be for the whole reading, but it's something that I'm being told to mention about you. Your gifts are breaking spiritually. There's something coming in really, really strong for you. It's to do with the clairs. So it'll be like Clairaudience, you know, Clairvoyance, you know, any of the clairs is coming through as that. And I literally just got shown energy. Like, I swear to God, I have a little statue in the corner of the of this table, and I swear to God, I literally just saw energy around it. So I feel like you guys may start seeing auras very strongly, seeing shifts in energy, swearing someone was behind you but then they weren't there. I'm literally feeling hypersensitive as I tap in, but it's because there's gifts breaking slowly. It's not happening to like scare you, but you may be like, what is going on? But I feel psychically you're moving up levels. You've reached a particular point and now you're moving up levels, because like I was saying about the different bodies we have in the post the other day, we have our physical body, spiritual body, emotional body, and we're all going in cycles. And even with spiritual gifts, when we reach a certain level of those gifts, we then move forward, and those gifts break even more, or they expand even more, or they get more refined. And that's happening to you guys. You guys read energy very well. You guys are able to see colors, and I don't just mean like, you know, we can all see colors, but I mean in the sense of like really seeing colors that like just don't even exist. I don't know if you've ever gone into a meditation or maybe lucid dreamed and you've seen energies and colors emitting from things. They're referencing that, like, colors may look a little bit distorted, or you're seeing things around you, or you're just like laying in your bedroom and you're just seeing like a yellow patch, and you're like, what's that yellow patch? But it's like an energy coming through, or like a spirit, and it's that aura coming through. I'm literally being shown that, because they're referencing to me. I had a lucid dream before that I was a bird and that I was flying with birds. And as I was flying through the air, literally as a bird, I was looking down at the ground and all of the houses, and there was like colours emitting from it, like bright electric colours, like emitting from everything, and it was energy, but I was seeing it in colour. And they're referencing that. And I swear to God, like, they're making me feel it, and I can feel energies all around me and spirit around me. I keep thinking my plant is a person. Like, I can feel that all around me as I'm tapping into you. So I really do see that happening for you, and like mediumship abilities coming through. I kid you not, pile 3. Like, that's why I keep stopping, because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling spirit around me. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Can you settle the energy, please, spirit guides, so I can focus on the reading? Because it's coming in quite strong. Can we just settle the energy? That's a message to you as well. If you feel like it's coming in quite strong, ask spirit to pull it back. Ask spirit to allow it to settle, especially at night, if it's keeping you up at night. Spirit guides, can you just settle the energy as I tap in to pile number 3, please? And just help me deliver the message, because I'm getting very distracted. Thank you very much. So pile 3, pile number 3. I'm being shown the infinity symbol as well. Pile number 3. Oh, your card's just falling on the floor. Hang on. So we have the Knight of Cups. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. What is pile number 3's next blessing? Coming in, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, pile number 3. What is pile number 3's next blessing? We have the Fool. Am I putting that upright, like reversed or spirit? Upright. And we have the 6 of Wands. Okay, and the back of the deck we have the 6 of Swords. Yeah, I really do feel like you're developing something new, but it's almost like you're finding something new out about yourself spiritually, in the sense that this is a gift that you've had, but you didn't even know that was a part of you, and there's something coming in that's feeling like home as you're stepping towards it. You may have always read energy, understood energy, but never was able to tap into it because, you know, you were going through life, you were, you know, our gifts can sometimes be a little bit bottled down at times, because it's like we have insecurities and fears, and they kind of can block it sometimes, and as we work through those, they get more refined. And there's an energy like that about you, pile number 3, like you guys like working with energy, and I feel like you may have like been a shaman in a past life, or you've worked like, you know, with like soul retrieval and things like that, and I'm being told that you're moving towards maybe a career path or a certain part of you that you lost from other lifetimes. It's coming in this lifetime, in this time period, for you guys to really refine and connect to, and it's going to feel like home coming back to it, whether that's Reiki healing, whether that's tarot, whether that's like, you know, just completely like direct channeling, again mediumship, with the way this was all coming through. I'm literally hearing like clairaudiently as well, which is quite strong. Whether that's like manifestation, palmistry, all of that, it's coming in, and I feel like you're finding yourself in something, and it's a journey that you're going on, but it's Spirit's really strongly walking with you, and Spirit's very active around you right now, pile number 3. Very, very active around you. Literally what I'm seeing around your energy is, you know, the literal bottle of this, it's like a purpley colour. Yeah, I'm literally being shown that like around your energy, you're having a really big expansion in your crown chakra. And that is a blessing coming in for you. And I feel like it's happening because you've let go of the old. You've passed on from something. It's like you've purge whatever, there was something that was blocking this from coming through. Maybe it was fears, maybe it was you not just naturally being aware of it, maybe you were just waiting for it to be time, or maybe you've just been doing shadow work to get to know yourself better, and that's when it's come up. But that's what I'm being told. You may be having a lot of transits in the not second house, 12th house. There's a lot of that, but I really do see you guys with the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups as well. It's like a rite of passage. It's like I've reached all that there was in that journey before, and now I'm opening up to new possibilities, and it's ramping up, it's expanding. You know what I mean? That is something coming through here, pile number 3, and I feel like you're going on a journey with that and finding happiness with that. Leap in the net will appear is the message I'm getting here with the Fool. And with the Dog here, I feel like Spirit's really guiding you through that too. And I feel like Spirit's been waiting for that as well with the 6 of Wands. I feel like you're really refining who you are and your power, so you can really tap into that. I'm trying to, when I tapped into your energy first, before I asked Spirit to settle the energy down, it was like a whole party around me of like energies, and I was getting so distracted by like images and colors, and it was just so much going on. So you may be feeling like there's a lot of senses happening right now, and I'm being told to make sure that you're grounding if it's getting a little bit overwhelming for you. And remember that your spirit guides are around you all the time, and literally, like I did at the beginning of the reading, ask your spirit guides to ease up on the energies and filter it in slowly, because they will do that for you. They're here to guide and like protect you in that way. Yeah, they just keep referencing this expansion. I am being shown the snake, so you guys may have gone through a Kundalini awakening, because I am being shown that. And a Kundalini awakening is different for everyone, so allow that to resonate in the way that it's supposed to. But there's something they're literally showing like Kundalini awakening and like the 7 chakras like going up, and you know, hitting all these chakras and having like an expansion. You may be going through an ascension right now, pile number 3, but it may even look like things are falling away, but it's a blessing in disguise. I feel like there's so much emotionally and energetically going on with you right now, but it's a blessing in the long run, because I feel like your abilities are becoming more refined, and you're connecting more to your higher self and your soul, and using that to empower you in this lifetime, pile number 3. Anything else, Spirit, before I pull the oracle cards? ignore me, guys. I don't know what the hell I was doing with my mouth then, but that made a really bizarre noise. Oh, there's something about you reaching, like, I don't know whether you normally connect to starseeds, but there's almost this feeling of like having visitation or connecting to spirit while meditating, but it's like you're hearing light language, or you're channeling light language, or starseed beings are coming through and you're understanding things, and it may not make a lot of sense in that moment, or you may think I'm literally going insane or I'm going crazy, but there's a lot of messages and insights coming through, and if something doesn't resonate right now, it's going to in the long run. Like, I keep seeing you getting visited by like spirit, not like anything bad, it's in a good way. It's like you may find like a deity's trying to work with you at this point of time in your life, like a certain deity coming through. That can be whatever resonates for you. They're like showing up in your life. You may like be scrolling through Instagram and like their post comes up and it's like, oh, and they're making their way into your timelines to like let it be known, like, I'm coming to work with you, like I'll work with you in another life, I'm doing it in this life, I'm helping you transition. Or you know, so I feel like some of you guys, sometimes in different parts of our life, we have new spirit guides coming in, and I see new spirit guides coming through to kind of guide and help you know that you're on a different path. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of shifting, and a lot of beings in spirit coming and joining your team as to where you're at right now, because there's something quite vital about where you're at in regards to like your soul's evolution and your journey, which is a blessing, because you're able to like alchemize that in this lifetime and take hold of it and use that for good. Maybe a little bit scary at the start, but spirit's all around you, kind of like guiding you through that. You have a lot of support in the higher realms, like you're very psychically active as well, so know to call on them if you need the energy to calm down a little bit. But I see you being like a very talented psychic, or someone that's just very talented spiritually, whether you do that as a career or you just use that throughout your life, like, and emanate it into like different career paths that you go down. There's something about that, because I'm hearing the If It's To Be song by Kali Uchis, and she sings Celeste, I can't remember the first lyric, but then she says celestials lead my way. So there's almost this energy of spirit ushering you and guiding you down a path that on a soul level resonates with you really strongly. And you're learning how to balance these energies and understand these gifts as they're coming through. You may be having very vivid dreams at this moment in time, or having a lot of visitation in dreams. You may feel like you're lucid dreaming right now. You may literally feel like that right now. That's how it feels almost. Definite, like, either like a flash of the chakras, or you're literally going through a Kundalini awakening or something like that. I'm feeling a pressure in my sacral solar plexus. I'm feeling that as well. Sorry for the cutout, guys. You know, I was saying like the energies are very potent around you right now. Like, you're feeling very connected to spirit. As I was literally reading, and this very rarely happens, sometimes it'll cut out because I'm getting a call or something, right? As I was literally speaking and I watched the screen over the ring light, I put the ring light quite low down so I can see, and I'm watching the screen, and literally for no reason, like the camera just cuts out and just shuts off. And I was like, wait, what? And I'm still feeling the collective energy there, like still on pause, but it's there. And I'm just sitting there like, what is going on here? So you may be getting a lot of interferences, like electrically at this time. It's like, it's a reference, there's somewhere like there was a movie of that, where someone spiritually or someone like psychically, there was so much energy going on within them, it was like causing like power cuts and things like that. There's something like that, because it's a very big shift you're going through, and there's a lot of like, you may be finding a lot of cutouts in your electronics and things like that. This is a very potent energy coming on. Like, it may be a little bit overwhelming, but I'm being told to remember that this is a blessing. It's aligning you with, you know, what you're meant to be and what you came here to be, and, you know, your soul is aligning you with that. So remember that. But I feel like it could be pretty overwhelming. Make sure that you're grounded. Make sure you're going out in nature. Pal 3. Make sure you've got some black crystals with you in your pockets, just to make sure you're grounding, because it's a lot. I can feel it. It's a lot. And I'm being shown somebody just like walking down the stairs, and then just like seeing somebody, and then they're looking, and then it's not there. They're like, whoa, I think I'm going crazy. You're not going crazy at all. At all. There's a shift taking place here that's bringing in psychic gifts stronger for you. And it's going to settle down. It's not always going to be like this, by the way. It's just your physical body, this incarnation, getting used to it. It's not always going to be like that. You'll learn to mellow it out when you need to, or maybe you're learning to mellow it out now. So let's pull the oracle cards. Pile number 3. I just heard the name Tony. I don't know if that references, it could be someone's guide or something like that. Pile number 3. We have deep knowing, and like the owl sits on top of the moon here. And with the 4 and the 3, adding up to 7 as well, the energy of Neptune, definite expansion. I feel like your soul knows what's going on. You may be going through like an ego death right now. Or you may be being switched back on after an ego death, and there's these gifts coming through. You're like, where have these come from? Maybe quite sudden from you. But with this deep knowing, it's like you may be thinking what's going on right now, but your soul is very aware. And guiding you. I feel like a lot of wisdom's coming through from past lives as well. It's like you're activating that. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3 is next blessing. We have new life. See, it's preparing you for this shift and this change, because you're being aligned with this Fool card here. It's like you're being aligned with what connects you to your higher self. You're being aligned with your higher self. You're being aligned with a higher timeline where you're in that power and you're remembering these energies. You're realizing how powerful you are, what you can do. Do you know what I mean? Like these gifts are coming through. Like there's memories even coming through, like from past lives. It's like it's part of you's coming back to you. And it may seem a little bit confusing, but part of you is coming back to you that may have been a bit dormant from like the previous couple of years of your life. Pile number 3, pile number 3. Pile number 3 is next blessing. It may not look like a blessing at the beginning, but it is. And Spirit's saying to trust, trust, trust. We have orphaned here. So you may be going through the shift. There may have been an ego death. There may have been a Kundalini awakening. And I referenced this in my Kundalini video. Like, there's times when you go through the shift where, like, you may feel like your spiritual gifts have even cut off before they've, you know, turned back on. And you feel a little bit abandoned by Spirit and the universe. Like, what is going on? What is going on? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. And everything feels upside down. And you feel like... we literally have why at the back of the deck. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? But no, there's a shift coming in. No, there's a flush happening. There's a rebirth happening. I'm feeling in my stomach like rebirth. Like I'm feeling that. What's going on may not look like a shift right now. May not look like a blessing right now. But it's the shift is taking place to bring you to your highest potential. And it may be a little bit overwhelming. There may be a lot of shifts, but I promise you, you're going to be gaining a lot through this. And Spirit's saying to trust, 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 trust. With the 5 here as well, it's talking about shifting. And with the 6 of Swords at the back of the deck, you're moving away from something. It's bringing you to this Fool energy and the 6 of Wands. But with the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups there, it's like you're going through an initiation of some sort spiritually to get there. Which sometimes kind of has us in a situation where it's like we're going through an initiation, but to reach the 6 of Wands, it's like we have to let go of something else. We have to let go of fears. You know, we have to hand over our fears before we have that courage. We have to hand over our pain to have that happiness. We have to hand it over. And to do that, we have to accept it and process it. And I feel like that's something you may be doing. So what's going on may not look like a blessing. Maybe for some of you it does. Maybe this is bliss for some of you. For some of you, it just feels like a really light ascension and it feels like, you know it's a blessing. And then others of you, it's like, it's something really heavy. But as someone who's been through that, as somebody who's been through a Kundalini awakening, as somebody who's been through a lot of deaths and rebirths, coming out the other side fuller, more happier, more confident, that's what's happening for you. Which is a very big, beautiful blessing. Pile 3. So that's what I have for you, pile number 3. I really hope that this reading resonated and brought you some peace. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.